Hey y'all, it's your girl Gypsy Jean with Good Juju Joint, and today we'll be talking about cleansing your crystals, how to cleanse them, the different ways on how to cleanse them, and also when to cleanse them. So before we begin, I do want to explain that this is my journey, my spiritual journey, and these are the things that I found that were comfortable to me to do. And I just want to share them with you. I'm kind of like that old friend that believes in everything you believe in and wants you to be your own teacher, your own life coach. So I want you to be able to hear your own inner voice, use your own magic, and see what works for you. So let's jump on in to cleansing our crystals. First and foremost, anything that has crystals, gemstones, any sort of mineral in it, anything that can absorb energy needs to be cleansed. So your gemstone bracelets, your gemstone earrings, crystal balls, they all need to be cleansed. When do we cleanse our crystals? As soon as you get them. Even if you're not going to use them, you're just going to put them away, still clean them before in the morning, before you use them. If you're going to use them for the day, cleanse them then. And after you're using them, cleanse them before you put them up. You want to take away the whole day away from it, just like how you take a bath. You cleanse yourself. You're cleansing yourself from dirt. You're cleansing yourself of negative energy. You're just taking everything off of you and letting it go down the drain. That's the same thing we're doing with our crystals. You want to treat them like they're literally your babies. You need to be cleansed. They need to be cleansed. You have a lot of people who are very funny about people touching their crystals. Sometimes there's nothing really wrong with other people touching your crystals. You do just want to make sure their intentions are good and they have like a good little spirit or a good vibe around them. You don't want just anyone touching your crystals. They're like your babies. You don't just let anybody touch your baby. So don't let anybody touch your crystals. Kind of do a little screening before okay, here you can see, or whatnot. But definitely cleanse your crystals after people touch them, especially people who are not sitting well that day. Might have a negative little aura around them or something. Definitely cleanse it after they have touched it. If you're the type to leave your crystals out, you have some around your house. You have crystals for the bedroom, crystals for the bathroom, stuff like that. It is always good to cleanse them before and after when you're using them in that way, because like I said again, they absorb energy, so you definitely have to clean them before and after a bad day or having like a heated argument. It's always good to go and cleanse your crystals, especially before using them again. And last but not least, whenever you just feel the need to cleanse. Who am I to tell you exactly when to cleanse something? If you feel like it's dirty and it needs a cleaning, clean it. You are your own boss, your own leader, and your own teacher when it comes to your journey. A lot of people who do tarot readings and things like that like to use crystals out for protection when they're reading for someone. It's definitely good to clean them before, and especially, I'm sorry I had to do all of that, but especially after. Doing tarot readings, you get people who are going through a lot and they want some insight, so they ask you for a reading. Sometimes that energy, it just transfers. No matter if you're on the webcam, no matter if you're sitting in front of the person about to do a reading, whatever. That energy transfer is real. It's hella real. And crystals will definitely protect you when you're doing tarot readings and things like that. But it's good to cleanse them afterwards, because you want to take off the other person's energy and you want to take off yours, just in case maybe the reading might get a little stressful. Anything. Take it all off when you're done. Now we're going to talk a bit more about literally cleansing your crystals and the different ways you can cleanse them. So first we're going to start off with a little old-fashioned way. Well, one of my first ways, and also one of my first mistakes that I made, cleansing your crystals in water. Number one, like I always say, do your research and make sure that the crystal is not sensitive to water. You put a crystal in some water, it'll just dissolve and your crystal is. So let's not do that. Let's do our research first and make sure that the crystal likes water before cleaning them in water. Sometimes people leave them in overnight. Sometimes people leave them in just a couple of hours. It's up to you and how you feel and what you want to do. Salt water. Definitely one you got to look up and make sure. So my personal story, when I first got my first chakra set, I took all of them, put them in water. Then I added some salt, just, grabbing bits and pieces from here and there off the internet and books, and just didn't take my time. And I put all of them in salt water. And baby, I tell you, those tumblestones are something else. But I want to say like my clear quartz got jacked up. It was pretty bad. It was like extra cracks. It was bad. They got ruined. So definitely do your research before using salt water. It's a good method, but just make sure that your crystals agree with salt water. On how to cleanse your crystals is using incense or sage smudge wands, or sage sticks, whatever you want to call them. Incense are powerful. We all know they carry so many different attributes. So sometimes it depends on the intentions you want to place in your crystal, what incense you want to use. But I'm going to name a few of my go-to and my favorites. And one that I want to try, sage incense, sage sticks. It's just awesome for removing negativity and cleansing and clearing your house. It's awesome. It's just my go-to. Sage is everything. Definitely takes the negative out of your house. But just like anything else, you kind of need a balance. So while taking out so much negativity, it's like, but what about the positivity? How do you balance that vibe in your house or on you? And that's sandalwood. While sage takes out the negative, sandalwood brings in the positive. And there you got your balance. One I've never tried before, but I do want to try, and I will be trying it soon, is lavender jaw sticks. Lavender helps with grounding your crystals, kind of like burying your crystals, which is a different method we're going to talk about soon. But it's kind of like the same, but without the dirt. So yeah, it helps with grounding and bringing peace into your crystals as well, so they can bring you peace. But remember, different incense have different attributes about them, so definitely read up on those, and that basically affects your cleansing method when it comes to your crystals, the different intentions and stuff like that. So definitely look those up and see which ones you like the most and get to experimenting. We did just have a full moon, and everybody knows the crystals love the moon, and the moon loves the crystals. We can't even break that type of love affair up. But anyway, that's definitely one of the best ways on cleaning and charging your crystals. Yes, the moon definitely does both because it's very powerful when it comes to crystals. If you are going to use the moon to clean and charge your crystals, and you don't want to put them on your windowsill, which is another way, an easy way to charge and cleanse your crystals, is just putting them on a windowsill. You can definitely take a small little blanket, go outside, and put that on the grass, because geese, dogs, they all poop, and we're not going to disrespect our babies like that and put them in poopy grass. So we'll definitely just take a little smaller blanket, put it out on the grass, and just place your crystals, place your bracelets and gemstones, smoking pipes, place all of that on your little blanket and leave it overnight. Let it charge, let it just sit out there and spend the night, and in the morning go pick your babies up, and they're just going to be so ready to please and work for you. Another cleansing method is envisioning. You don't have any water on you. The moon's not out, and you need to cleanse your crystals. And you want to do it the quickest way. Use your imagination. No, like literally, use your imagination. It's different rituals as far as cleansing that you can, cleansing your crystals that you can look up online, and you can definitely use those and say those, but you already know how I feel. It's all about you. It's what you want to say and what you want to do. Close your eyes and use your magic. Envision, people, okay? You can, for example, something I do. I close my eyes, I put my crystals in my hand, and I envision being by a super big waterfall or an ocean, a beautiful ocean, and I envision it cleansing my crystals, me taking my crystals and putting them in the water and literally cleaning. Sounds kind of wacky, but not to me. It gets the job done, and they work for me. So give it a shot. It might not work for you. You might want to use a different method. Use whatever works for you, whatever makes you feel good and smile, and don't worry about what anyone has to say, because this is your journey. It's all about you at the end of the day. Another way of cleansing your crystals is using other crystals. You have some crystals that are extremely powerful that just having them near other crystals can cleanse them. A few of those are selenite, I want to say I'm saying that right, hopefully. Another one is clear quartz. And even amethyst is strong enough to cleanse other crystals. Definitely do some research and look up some more. You have a few more out there. I might be forgetting, but definitely look up some more. Just having them around, especially citron clusters and geodes. You can put a crystal on a geode and boom, it's charged and it's cleansed. It's awesome. So definitely look up a few of those, and you might like that method. Last but not least, we have burying our crystals. And I know you're thinking like, wait, you want me to bury what? Exactly. Give it a shot. Try it. Try everything before you judge it or say no to it. Just give it a shot. If you can't go out in your backyard and just dig up a little dirt and bury it there, then go ahead and get a small little flower pot from like the dollar store, some little soil, dig a little hole, put it in there, cover it, leave it in there for however long you want, a day, 2 days, whatever you feel is necessary. Then go back, get it, clean it once you take it out of the dirt. You can either clean it with water if your crystal isn't sensitive to water, or you can use another method of cleaning once you take it out of the dirt. And that is another way to ground your crystals, just like the lavender. So that's another method of cleansing your crystals. On my next video, we'll be talking about charging your crystals and getting them to work for you.